Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Beanami channel. We are going to be analyzing another one of the most unreasonable games you've ever seen. It's Beyond All Reason, and we're back. Well, we'll be seeing it soon on Supreme Isthmus. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Beyond All Reason. A little Supreme Isthmus action. Having fun once again. We're back, trying to be consistent with our uploads. Hope you're enjoying them. If you are, you know what to do. A little like, a little subscribe, maybe a little comment. Let me know how you think I'm doing. We're back. Boom. Where are we today? We are the yellow commander on the red team. Let's line ourselves up properly. I don't understand people that play the game from one consistent position. I feel like one of the most powerful things you can do in this game is change around your camera angle. Find new ways to look at it. Sometimes it's useful to see the game like this, even at 20-degree angles. And hello, say hello to little Miss Epiphany, coming and joining us today. She'll probably have things to say throughout the match. I hope you'll enjoy it. Commander Box Eater, as always, with us today, making some tanks. Hopefully, gonna make some rovers. Run right on through. Kill the beach. See. I feel like not enough people do it. I think that one of two going tanks is great. Like one bots, one tanks on front on Isthmus feels really good. Tanks give you access to the longest range things in Tier 1 with your missile trucks, whether you're Cortex or Armada tanks, doesn't matter. You'll have access to one of those. Of course, you'll also have blitzes and incisors, which I think are incredibly valuable units. And rovers, 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 rovers. Look at this 168 speed. You'll have to see it. As air, I don't think anybody requested anything today. Nope. Nobody wanted anything. I asked for a little con action, and oh, I'm going for an early bomber. Very nice. As these are actually super duper hittable, I don't think I'm going to be going for them though, which is a little bit unfortunate. Bomber now out. Scout right behind it. I think this is the right order, obviously, if you're going to go kind of a naked bomber build. So look at this. So far we see a construction craft, a light trans, and another constructor coming out from the enemy air. We are super duper far ahead. The fact that he hasn't taken his third mechs yet is hugely detrimental to him. He's probably a few hundred metal behind. But look at this purple, well prepared with an anti-air turret. So I know not to go there. This is what holds us off as I try to drop some bombs. Now, look at this. 6%? Okay, thank God that blows up. And then I don't think we kill this either. Oh, okay. We get two mexes. Dark Blue has anti-air. Missed that mex. Yep. This is the fun part of going air, right? You just make a bomber. Go have some fun, boys. Go have some fun. Ugh, we miss. If we can kill this beach sea off, that gives our boy a huge advantage. This is quite a bit of investment early. Ooh, we don't get that shot. He's not making any anti-air yet, so our bomber is free to go here. But I've just like set it and forget it a little bit. Alright, what are we up to next? We've gotten a Legion Constructor. Kinda sucks, not really what I'd want, but anyway, we're not using our commander very well either. Our micro looking pretty bad. Hopefully, yeah, we're just chilling back here doing fun stuff with this. Which, not really quite worth it, taking out that last, I could have gotten all of this. This was so silly of me, you know. I really needed to force him to make a fighter, which he didn't do, and so instead of taking out the beach player entirely, just about, we only take out a little bit of his eco. 3 wins is not that much. Like losing the 6 wins, losing the 3 mexes there would have been huge. As we quickly make a trans. Of course, if you want to put something in the top of the queue of a construction building, Alt click, Alt click, Alt left click. You will put that unit right at the top of the queue. Of course, you will cancel out the last unit that you were making. Both Beach C is kind of dominating right now, as we can see here. Let's see. Anyway, welcome back. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how widgets work in this game. I don't really want to have the chat box anymore for the replays. We'll figure that out. Anyway, fighters, scout. I'm incredibly far ahead right now, honestly. I could build another 5 bombers and just go win somewhere. Probably, preferably over here, right? Go for this. Would be a pretty good hit, as we are seeing over here Mr. Hexy doing what I want to do, which is just make some, what are they, herrings? And just attack long range. Like, look at this, Prime is just having to sit here, chug energy into this. What a waste of time. As we are allowed subsequently to make more herrings, make more, oh gosh, we're overflowing really badly too. Where's our commander right now? Walking over. Yeah, this is not what you want. If you're not going to contest over here with a heavy trans, I feel like I've found out you just don't want to do it at all. Dang, we lost a herring. I feel like somehow the micro can be pretty difficult. As, oh, look at this. A SAM turret. It's actually pretty good defense against a potential attack from me. Although, of course, Light Blue's actual main base here is very hittable still. Always fun to see, right? I send out a fighter as a scout, and then, of course, immediately gets gunned down, which dissuades me entirely, which is a little unfortunate, actually. You know, looking at the state of the enemy team again, I could have just focused. Oh, I am just making another 5 bombers, as still no fighters up, But honestly, like, I have no clue. I'm so far ahead. Oh, goodness gracious, he's making tier 2 air first. Wow. Well, am I so far ahead? So I'm getting my tier 2 now. I really should just be focusing everything into that. Maybe making like 2 more converters instead of 2 more wins. Yeah, this isn't looking too hot, really. And I should, of course, be moving my tier 2 constructor to the next location. I don't mind another energy storage, but I don't have the metal for it. Again, I'm not looking at my sliders close enough right now. I really need to think, like, okay, where can I... Yeah, this should have been moving already, so that there's no downtime in upgrading the tier 2 mexes. This goes back to making these as... Okay, now we're microing things kind of properly. There we go. Alright. We can stop freaking out now. Opponent has 6, count them, 6 con turrets for enemy air. It's just not looking too hot for him. He's built an anti-air tower. Enemy Beach C, super hittable once again. Just, I don't understand, like, people, again, you just end up in these positions and you have no clue what you're doing. Like, have 14 OS, 4 chefs. Bro hasn't, look, go and play the game, go and contest, like, look, enemy has built, what, like 5 boats in total or something? Not a whole lot. I think that's 6. 6 boats in total for opponents. How many bombers are we up to? Just the 1 for now. Kind of a depressing game, because it's just not looking very good. Actually, our Beach C is holding on, but yeah, this isn't... It's not free at all. That's, yeah, quite a good number of boats. And he actually went for the Dolphin equivalent of the Cortex, which I don't really know if I like it. I think it's called the Supporter, and I feel like I've never really seen it get much of any value, but it's, I think, supposed to be like a Dolphin equivalent, which again kind of surprises me. The Dolphin is such a good unit, and it just doesn't seem like these are equal. We'll have a look at the stats in a second here, but yeah, still kind of crying looking at this enemy air player, thinking about what could have been. If I was just scaling properly right now, I would be having a lot more impact, but I just didn't really like consider, oh, opponent has just like done nothing. Like he made his own tier 2. I am scaling, so I kind of felt it somewhere deep in my bones. I said, this is some nonsense. So let's see, metal per second, we're down rather significantly. Are we reclaiming somewhere? I think it's because a lot of our metal is also reclaim. They're settling at about 200. We're all over the place. Lots of reclaim for us right now. Middle is holding. Commander Boxy are out there holding, which you love to see. I feel like maybe a composition we have to think about more is Whistler Blitz. Seems like great protection for your Whistlers with a little pack of blitzes. Well, how's that cost comparison? 40 less metal per blitz, so that's a 3. For every 3 blitzes, you can make an extra blitz compared to a Whistler. So that's pretty nice, honestly. And on top of that, of course, we're talking about half of the energy. Very cheap, the blitz, look at this. And then we just get a little pack and we figure out where they're weak. For some reason, Alien Alpha has built a tiny wall and builds all of his eco behind it. That is terrifyingly stupid, as there's a bunch of solars hiding behind here. 8 solars, 9 solars about to be hiding behind the mountain here on Isthmus, but that's not really enough, if we're being honest. So, Mr. Hexy, by the way, quick little note for C, not committing his commander in. Very nice, very nice. Got him in. Respect to Prime 23, just well defended here for any potential amphibious sort of run-bys that could come through. This will definitely slow him down. You can probably slam down a little tier 2 defense, or a little tier 1 lab. Get your maces or whatever you want to use, pawns out. Unfortunate, of course, for Mr. Prime 23 that he's not moving his construction bots around at all, but he's trying to fight a war on the sea. Am I right, boys? And that's what really matters. So this is a great position he's got. This is what I'm talking about with the GOC, right? It's very easy to fortify up. You need to have 2 destroyers. So Hexy does have what you need. I think you need 2 destroyers to start contesting people that kind of know what they're doing, that fortify a location. Now, I think Prime would actually be able to punish us. I think destroyers are a great punish unit. Like, it's just the extra layer for the Cove Sea, right? Like, if you're just allowed to hold your cove like this, having a bunch of destroyers to protect the torpedo launchers will feel really good. If you just kind of roll them around like this, and then you can roll them kind of infinity pattern through the cove rocks, you get such an incredible value, right? Versus anything, subs, everything. Because it's hard to get on top of, and if you've got some offshore torpedo launchers lined up, it just feels really, really, really safe. You can defend everything so well. Now, Hexy has done a great job, I gotta admit, scaling. He's going tier 2, which is like, if you watched yesterday's video, the last bar video, the last C video, we saw, just stomp him out with tier 1, man. Those boats are so incredibly strong, ridiculously strong. Maybe, if you're worried, like, are they transitioning, ask for a scout or 2. Fly it in. You'll get your information, you'll get your info. some way, somehow, whether or not they're transitioning tier 2. Because, look, Prime 23 hasn't, he hasn't gotten all of his mexes up. Now, it is valid. You need tier 2 to transition on 4 of your mexes, right? Preferably 6 if you've pushed opponent off C entirely. Maybe they still have this area, which of course you can contest with a lab. You can build a lab up here. I was thinking I made a misplay recently where kind of late game I wanted to contest the island, and I knew opponent had a fighter, but I figured, okay, I'll just go with the southerly path and get my commander onto the rocks. But I think what I should have done is just drop him off here and then had him just walk on in. Why, hello. We shall have some time together after this, miss. We are doing beyond our reason. And as such, I think that Prime 13 is kind of getting away with a lot. I don't like this. Building titles is not efficient scaling. It's only good. The only reason that you build titles in the pond is because it's so consistent so quickly. So we still have way more fighters in general, but Dark Blue is so ready for us at 15 minutes, and I think that they've just seen us. Like, yep, they can already see this coming through. Now, it's good for us because they can't, wow, and just do, all my bombers instantly dead. My 15-minute ambush thwarted, hopelessly thwarted. And it was like literally the worst spot, right? Like if I had come this way, if I had come even like this way, I could have at least killed Bobbler. All of these wins, that would have at least, killed something. Maybe I would have gone for pond player. But no. I just ran directly into a pack of, what is this? 8 anti-air guns. Feels bad, man. What do we got here? Pterodactyl Man. He's up to a geothermal anti-nuke jammer radar drone platform. Huh. Kind of nice that it's both a jammer and an anti-nuke. That's kind of crazy, man. It's like a pretty big one too. You kind of want one up on the hill anyway. But this is kind of sweet for the Legion. Although 600 energy per second is not a lot, especially with minus 83 just to keep it running, and minus 1.7 metal per second. It's kind of unfortunate, right, to make the drones, and you've got a stockpile of 20 drones, though. Jeez. I mean, this is a crazy unit where, on a map like maybe even Glitters, where this could actually have real defensive potential in the and then my head empties as I think of the canyon. It might have real value in the canyon with all these drones. I mean, these are good drones. I wish we could kind of get the breakdown of the drone unit. Can we click on the stockpile somehow? No. But these are good. I think these are the heat ray ones. Looks like a heat ray, and they hit pretty hard, honestly. If only the range was larger. Imagine if the range was as big as the radar. That would be nuts. Then there would be value for it on Supreme, but I think without that, I don't think this really has much value. I think the Cortex one does, and I wonder if that one's actually safe. Do we have a Cortex tier 2 guy anywhere? I think yes. Whoa. Let's have a look. Advanced geothermal. But isn't there like a Cerberus or something? Yeah, it's a Cerberus. Okay. 1650 range. How's that look? Wow, not at all. Still can't reach the sea with 1650 range, folks. So, I think a build that I'm gonna try cooking up here pretty quick. Someday. maybe I'll write it down on my little notepad, is do an LRPC rush. You know, you can come out here, you can make artillery, you can make tier 2 artillery, or you could come out here, you could be a man, and you could make a basilisk. Get me in there with that 5,000 range. Look at that beautiful red circle. Let me pressure pond guy. Let me pressure the front players. Let me pressure them all. Let me pressure the production of the C player. I mean, can we, is there any way to like squeeze it all the way up here? So it kind of looks like this would be the farthest we could get it. So I don't think we can, and I think that's probably intentionally, I don't think we can contest the geothermal with an LRPC. Unless we build it like here, I suppose. And then maybe, you know, maybe the arc wouldn't be high enough. But LRPC rushing. What a fun idea. Am I right, folks? Or am I right? It's like building nukes, but plasma. And I think I'm going to try and cook that up for you all. We'll see about that. This will be a fun one. So, enemy... A classic move here. Now, we zoom back out. A classic move from enemy tech player. They see that their air player sucks, and he is now going air. I'm just kind of pooping my pants a little bit. I've just been ecoing my buttocks off. I mean, seeing the enemy tech player go air is also kind of telling you, like, okay, we don't have to worry about a tier 3 transition, right? Like, we don't have to worry about opponent coming after us with Marauders anytime soon, really. So, you know, okay, let's just make fighters and be ready for any kind of strange movements that might occur. As opponent has made quite a few gunships. I like this. He's got it on fly. Well done, sir. Well done. That deserves praise. You know, knowing how to use gunships, keeping them on fly. Because it's not, like, it doesn't save them at all if they're on the ground, really. It really makes zero difference, as far as I'm aware. I like, air units still shoot down at air units on the ground, if that makes any sense. You know, so suddenly this verticality actually plays. They shoot down, you know. Anyway. I see some stuff going on here. We've got a lot of metal to reclaim, so I go and I come and I take it. Because there's no anti-air here at all, as it turns out. So, sweet, right? Cerberus dead. Tier 1 plasma going to get taken out, because, you know, tier 2 cruise missile ships, very good. If you're just getting to, like, nobody's contesting you on Beach C for whatever reason, like they're just not doing anything to you, just build some cruise missile ships, go contest their geothermal, go contest their front and their pond player. It's so nice. You know, it's really so nice. Ask for a little scouting action so that you know exactly where all the stuff is. You can even end up clearing out these artilleries up here. Although, I think especially with these Legion ones, it's very easy, 1300 to 1550. But I think with Cortex and Armada artilleries, you see a little bit more range, and those can actually fight back against your cruise missile ships. So always have a jammer. Never forget to have a jammer for your tier 2 boat army. Makes your life a lot easier, forces more micro, a lot more thought from the opponent. So we see Prime 13 not getting all of the res in the sea here. Not unsurprising. I'm really doing my best to scale like a greedy little guy, as my red player is doing the same. Green has done a great job. He's got so many wins. He's got, you know, he's got his little legion of butlers out and about doing the dang thing up. As how many were equal on fusions right now, which is always pretty impressive, right? Like, It's nice to keep up with the tech player a bit, although he did invest quite a bit in air, and so forth and so forth. This is a pretty shit setup. Shame on me. I really should try to, and I mean this ends up having a big effect too. I really should try to just have it like 4 wide construction turrets here. Maybe like, yeah, maybe like this cluster of 4 is okay. But then I really should try and do a row of 4 more to the right. Kind of, yeah, lined up with this max a little bit more. I should try and keep that as the delimiter in my mind here. Maybe if we press do we have a tier 1 constructor floating around? Yeah, we do. So yeah, interesting. So if we line it up with the top left box here of this 2.3 max, I think we get a pretty nice zone for our construction turrets. And then we can build, of course, the conversion power on the right side of our construction turrets and our actual energy production on the left. And then that will prevent the god-awful chaining that we will eventually see this game. As opponent is now on 5 APHIS, he's really just like doing it up. I'm on 4. How embarrassing. I'm behind. I've fallen behind. Yeah, it should look something more like this. But then still, we want the we want the actual fusion reactors to be as far to the left as possible, always. A little unfortunate there. Not quite tip-top shape. This is kind of a funny thing to think about, right? I should maybe make some scouts, try and scout the C players, see who might be making a flagship for these 1Cs, and seeing if I can contest it. Of course, nobody's going to want to stop the flagship once they're 50% down, and if they've made the mistake of not building anti-air, we could have punished that. We could have punished that. So our player over here on the C has been forced off so long ago, I'm like, oh, I'll give you a little hand here, bud. Help you out. I've got plenty, you know. I'm just slamming down APHIS after APHIS right now. But opponent is finally making a move. What is this? 6? Okay, 6. I should start thinking about this too sometimes. 6 APHIS, and then transition to actual units production. I was transitioning to nukes, because I mean, who doesn't love a good nuke, right? There's some not too bad spots to be hit. As we can see here, not too bad. Actually, wait, no, where's the anti-nuke here? It's just down. There it is. Oof. I was just too late. This is still hittable for now. That would still be hittable. There, the blue team here has actually done a very good job of anti-nuking it up. Well done, well done. The nukes that I'm making will not find much effect. Dark blue has done a fun transition into air here with Cortex nuclear bombers. Clearly finding impact, opening up holes, I believe, right here to get his boys in with amphibious units if he wanted to, but we are actually the ones with ducks. Ducks are an interesting transition, right? You can kind of sit here and scale. Our pink guy didn't really do a very good job of even doing that, but you can kind of sit here and scale with your 6 mexes and try and rush to ducks and then go with that, especially if you're not playing against Legion, who can punish the ducks much more effectively than most factions. You just could show up with some ducks, like 20, 30 ducks, and you're just killing all of the enemy's boats. It's quite impressive, really, the destruction you can wring. Dark Red going for a heavy assault hover tank. They have the heat rays. Interesting to send them out on the sea. I mean, I really do wish that I had chosen to make some more units. But it doesn't really. I mean, yeah, I could have built some gunships. I probably should have. It's 28 minutes, right? Like, eventually something's gonna have to come out of the enemy tech player. I was really thinking it was going to be air, so I was starting to build a long-range encampment. This is quite good, I think. Like, putting an encampment up here, I like this quite a lot, especially when you're just kind of power scaling like this. Although, I'm not really power scaling, am I, right? Like, I still have 4 regular fusions. And if this is my goal, then I really should be consuming these fusions and powering up more Aphis. I am way ahead, but yeah, unfortunately, I just have fighters right now, as we're already firing the first couple shots from these long-range anti-airs, which you love to see. But yeah, here it is. Oh wow, and look at this. Perfect scout vision too. Sees that there's nothing protecting this whatsoever. Sneaks all of his shit in. Look at us here. We don't see it at all. Wow. Beautiful from light green. And then he sends in distraction ones too. This is quite the attack. Quite the killer attack, actually. I love to see it from light green. Very well done. What a sneaky bugger. What a sneaky bugger, this lad. From the dark. Very nice attack. And yeah, there's just no time to react. My commander, I immediately start moving him, but it's obviously not enough. I've just put down my second lab. That's also not enough. And yeah, my commander, he's uncloaked, but we don't cloak very quickly. It's the problem. And then yeah, game over. Dark Red can't make units in time either. His hover tanks weren't in place. And I mean, honestly, I think the easiest solution here is to just invest a little bit more into units. I could have invested into like 20 gunships. That could have had impact there at least stopping the advance all the way to red. And also like having some sort of outpost on the beach sea. Like just find some way somehow to have at least some radars down there. I wish I had some radars. You know, I think from now on I might have to think about pushing some. Let's see here. I need to find one of you. Yes. I might think about putting a radar up here. Yeah, look at that. You can just put a radar up here as an air player, and this will be great. This would be great detection, right? Because people like to proxy. All right, what a nice thought to leave it off on today, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun with me. Bit of a lazy game, right? Like we went for a 15-minute attack and it had no impact, and then I just scaled up. And I mean, yeah, look, clearly I could have gone for a tier 3 attack with maybe Shivas somewhere, like opponent did, because I got to the same amount of Aphis, and I was at what, 300? Yeah, somewhere like this, 400 metal a second. So I could have definitely made my own units. Something like the position is called air, but sometimes you really don't have to do just air. You know, I really could have stopped on the sixth Aphis and transitioned to some disgusting tier 3 attacks, but not today. Today was a learning day. Today was a loss. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned with me, and maybe if you did, hey, subscribe, come check it out again next time. We're always looking to get better at Beyond All Reason, and I'm looking for your guys' games to commentate on. If you've made it all the way here, you deserve to know that I want to commentate your game. I want to analyze it. I want you to tell me in the comments, hey, this was frustrating. Submit the link to your replay from barreplays.com. Find your game. Throw it in my comments. I want to commentate it. Let me know, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now, folks.